Defend yourself against DDoS attacks by hiding your true IP address with ExpressVPN, and visit my custom link expressvpn.com/ghilliemaster in the description to find out how you can get an extra 3 months free. Hey everyone, and welcome to the first of 4 speedrun guides for each of the FIB file robberies in the Agents of Sabotage DLC. For this one, we're going to be going in depth on the Fine Art file, which I think is the best one personally. And this week it happens to be the priority file, so it's a good timing to start with this one. So as a prerequisite, we're mainly going to be using the Mark II oppressor in these missions because it's just the fastest way to get around different locations. So for speedrunning, it's just the obvious choice. But you can use whatever vehicle you'd like if you do prefer something else. Now looking at the setup missions here, we have EMP charges, approach vehicle, and facial recognition before we can get into the finale. The order that we do these in is very specific. You want to start out with facial recognition, then EMP charges, and finish off with the approach vehicle. This is very crucial to the speedrun, you'll see why in a bit. So for facial recognition, you will need to go to a location to steal the nano drone. It will always be in the trunk of the felon vehicle, and it cannot be blown up, so you can just go crazy with your lock-on missiles here, killing all the enemies there. Once you have the drone, there are a few different locations the game can give you to go for surveillance, but it's not going to tell you the location until Jody is done talking, so you will have to wait. Although one quick tip while we do wait, if you click the left and right analog sticks when you're on the phone with Jody, it actually skips the dialogue and allows you to run again because it puts your phone away, so that's a little tip you can use to get done with things faster. Although a lot of times it will still delay telling you where to go, so it doesn't help a lot, just a little bit. But one of the locations is atop of this building here downtown, the other one is near Chumash, and one will be near Rockford Hills also. You have to go to the vantage point and use the nano drone to scan the target's face, and the target will always be wearing the same thing, a red shirt with khaki pants, and he's always going to be in the pose of looking down at his cell phone, so you know what to look for. You should be able to find him quite easily. It's never taken me more than 20 seconds or so to find him on average. And after you do scan his face, wait until the game auto-backs you out of the drone. You have to wait until it says the target has been scanned, otherwise it'll make you redo it. I know that from experience. But once that is done, you just have to leave the area and you'll be all done with the first mission. And now it's time to start with the next mission, so just go on your phone and start up EMP charges. Remember, it has to be in this order for the strat that we're doing here. EMP charges is a very simple mission. You have to go to an area, take out a bunch of security guards, and then release a crate in order to get access to the charges. What sucks is that sometimes you'll be tasked to go all the way to the Redwood Light Track, which is like 3 miles from the city, closer to the Sandy Shores area. But really, that's the most annoying part of the mission. Everything else about it is pretty easy. And you also have to take out every single security guard before you can lower the container. And the best way to lower the container is not by getting in the vehicle and releasing the switch. Just shoot the little part at the top there and it'll fall right down. And once you have the charges, you'll have to go all the way back to the garment factory. This isn't just a leave the area mission. But going back to the garment factory is also a good thing because it sets up the next mission perfectly. So at the factory, head to the basement garage and walk over to the fast travel point. You're going to fast travel to the LSIA parking station. When you get there, take out a rocket or any sort of explosive and just blow yourself up so that you spawn back on the road. From here, start up the final mission approach vehicle, which always takes place at the airport, and call in any flying vehicle of your choice. There are 3 areas in the airport where this mission can take place, and fortunately, all of them you can enter from the rooftops. You want to avoid entering from the ground floor because otherwise you'll have to take out a bunch of guys. So this way avoids a lot of the gunfire, at least while you're outside. If you get the area that I do in the video, you can enter through this little hatch in the roof, and there's only one guy that you have to kill to enter the hangar. And if you get either entrance near the front of the airport, there are doors on each side that you can also use to get down to the hangar entrance, also avoiding everyone on the ground. Inside the hangar, you will have to destroy some security control boxes. Depending on the alignment of them, you can get some sneaky angles to take them out. But just look for the red arrows mainly, that's what really makes them pop out. Although usually for at least 1 or 2, you will have to run over to the location to get a better angle at it to shoot it. Really though, don't pay too much attention to the enemies here, just take out the ones that are in your way and keep an eye on your health so you don't get melted and eat snacks when you have to. And once you destroy all of the boxes, simply jump over the railing to your death. This is the quickest way to get down. When you respawn, you'll be on the ground floor of the hangar, which is faster than just climbing down the other way. The helicopter that you want to grab is the Konata because it is the fastest one out of the bunch there. And again, don't worry too much about the enemies, just snack up until you get into the helicopter, because once you do that, you'll immediately teleport out of the hangar, away from all the bad guys. And lastly, you have to drop off the helicopter at one of the rooftops near the garment factory. It's going to pick one at random for you. As far as completing the mission faster here, the roof that is right next to the garment factory, you can just jump off and the mission will complete upon respawn. But for the others, you'll still spawn in the mission area and have to run to complete it, so it might be faster just to climb down normally and call in a vehicle. And that brings us to the finale. Let's first go over the mission-specific challenges to maximize our profit. You'll have to enter the penthouse undetected, flip the switch in 60 seconds, and take all the cabinet contents, all of which are very easy to do. When you start the mission, you'll obviously have to go get inside of your helicopter that you left on top of that rooftop, and to do this, I usually just grab the Mark II oppressor and fly up there. When you arrive at the building, there is only one security guard outside that you have to worry about, and it goes without saying here, use a suppressed weapon. The hack to get into the penthouse is new. You just have to align these silver lines to create a path to the other side, and it doesn't take very long. On average, it should take you around 10 seconds to do so. I usually do it in about 8 seconds. It's one of the easier hacks in the game. Inside the first area, you will have to take out 2 security guards on this floor. The first one you'll see right when you walk in behind the pillar, and the next one you can stand where I do and just shoot him through the crevice here as he walks by, so you can take them out without moving too much. And after the second guy's dead, just stand at that exact spot and wait, because you have to wait until she's done talking to place the charges, but you'll be in the exact spot to place one of the charges, so it's good. Entering the stairway, there are 3 more guards, 1 at the top floor and 2 more down the stairs. Just shoot them with a suppressed weapon of your choice, and then activate the EMP and enter the penthouse. From here, stealth is off the table. It's scripted for them to just know where you're at automatically, but this part is going to go very fast. So you take out the first 2 guys here, activate the switch from underneath the table. It's always going to be at this spot. And one last thing you may not know about, if you head over to the right side of the bed, you can grab a glass, which apparently has a 50% chance of spawning in, according to Tez. This will decrease the amount of fingerprint hacks you have to do by 1. So if you're doing this on the priority file, you're only going to have 2 fingerprint hacks, and if you do it on any other file, any other week, it's only going to be 1 fingerprint hack. And the fingerprint hack is just the one from the Caprico heist. It's reused, where you line up the fingerprint sections. You can use the 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 method to get that done. As far as taking the loot goes, take the primary target last. Take the loot in the side cabinets first, because when you take the primary target, you activate a pressure plate that puts gas in the loot room. So it's best just to take that primary target last so that you can get out of there before that happens.
Did you know the Bureau's DD had a pleasure yacht full of priceless erotic art?
Oh, priceless, huh? Jody, tell me more.
But now all that's left to do is escape. There will be a couple more enemies that respawn after you take that primary target, so just kill them and head for the elevator. And after you use the elevator, ignore all of the enemies here except for the one next to the coquette on the right hand side. Just kill him and immediately get in the vehicle and drive away around the corner. No need to even engage those enemies. They will likely pop a lot of your tires though, just letting you know. But as long as you keep an eye on your health and eat some snacks, you should be able to get around the corner and then call in the vehicle of your choice, preferably a flying one like the Oppressor Mark II, and then just fly to the drop-off point and you're all done. These strats should allow you to get the entire Fine Art File done in a matter of 16 to 17 minutes. I've done this for multiple runs now practicing this, and it's usually around that time. But that's going to pretty much do it for the Fine Art File speedrun guide. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you did or enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, as well as subscribe to my channel for more gtaonline content. If you guys have some speedrun tricks of your own for the Fine Art File that I didn't get to cover in this video, feel free to drop them down in the comments to help someone out. I will have similar guides for the other 3 files in the coming days, so stay tuned for those. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members for your support. If you'd like to become a member for some exclusive perks, you can either use the join button or the link that's down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.